Daniel.
What's up, dude?
You want to go skate?
Yeah, but you caught me in the act of actually trying to make a video for energy resources and consumption.
Oh, really? Man, I can help you out with that.
Really?
I'll film you.
Awesome.
But first, we have to do a first try Friday before editing.
Alright, cool. Let's go. Skate. Woo!
Yeah. Now the kill.
So what is energy? Energy is defined as the capacity to do work. What are some forms of energy? Well, there's potential and kinetic. So potential is just like a battery. You store the energy. And kinetic is actually the one that's doing the energy, like doing the work. So then, let's say I'm a skateboarder. I'm like at top of the ramp, about to drop in. That's potential energy. But then once I go into the ramp, that'll be the kinetic energy that's going on. Energy qualities is the ability of a form of energy to do useful work. There are two types, high quality and low quality. High quality energy has high temperature heat and chemical energy, while low quality energy has low temperature heat and is diluted. Net energy yield is comparison between the cost of extracting, processing, and transportation and the amount of useful energy derived from the fuel. Energy Star is like this big company that's an example for this definition that like tries to save energy and other types of stuff for different appliances around the house. There are some different units for energy like joules and calories. I'm going to show a picture right now so you can see different types of units there are for energy. There are two different types of laws for the laws of thermodynamics. First law says energy can neither be created nor destroyed, it can only be transferred and transformed. The second law says the mechanical work can be derived from a body only when the body interacts with it at a lower temperature. Now I'm going to go into a different topic, which is the Industrial Revolution. It occurred from 1750 to 1850, starting with the manufacturing of textiles. It was a time of rapid technological development, beginning with the use of fossil fuels for the source of energy. Exponential growth is the growth in which some quantity, such as population size or economic output, increases at a constant rate per unit of time. When you see it in a graph, it actually creates a J-curve. That's an easy way to remember what exponential growth is. Energy crisis is the time when there is a shortage in specific energy source. The demand goes up and also the price goes up as well. An example would be the gas shortages in the United States during the 1970s. Fossil fuels are actually fossilized once living organisms. It actually takes them millions of years to fossilize. How it works is by how the organic matter is exposed to intense heat and pressure, which then we, like us humans, break it down into molecules such as oil and coal. Oil can be extracted from the land or from the ocean. From the ocean, it is extracted from huge floating machines, which are called oil rigs. A little fun fact about these oil rigs that you might say, how can it float and still extract oil from the ground without breaking that pipe or the tons of pipes that it has? Which is like, it has a huge, powerful GPA system that any wave or any distortion that will possibly move the oil rig will not prevent it from moving around because of the huge GPA system it has. So just keep it in place even if any wave gets in front of it, any wind, any type of that, any source of wind. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And also, this oil rig costs millions of dollars. Some advantages of fossil fuels is that the oil is low cost and can be easily transported. But here's a picture so you can see the different types of advantages and disadvantages. OPEC is the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. There are 13 countries of these and have at least 60% of the world's oil reserves. In 2007, the oil reserve averaged about $1.3 million per minute. Right now, I'm going to show you the types of coals there are. Here's some examples of the extraction of coal. Strip mining, which looks like terrace farming pretty much. It digs down into the earth and then it might look like terracing farming. And then there's also mountain top removal, which is how there's a big mountain, let's say like Puyo Mountain, and then we just like cut it in half, and then there's no more mountain. It's like just level out, so we get all the minerals from there, like coal. And then there's underground mining, which you know that they go underground and find the coal. So yeah, that's the extraction of coal. Some disadvantages of coal are that it emits CO2 and is non-renewable, similar to oil. Here is a picture of the disadvantages and advantages. The United States has 25% of the world reserves, Russia 15%, India 13%, Austria 8%, and South America 7%. Here's an example of how natural gas is extracted. The most common natural gas is methane, and other ones will be like butane or pentane. Natural gas releases CO2 just like the other ones, and here's an example of some advantages and disadvantages. Sign fuel is pretty much solid coal can be turned into SNG, and this can be by the process called coal gasification, or if you want to turn it into liquid fuel, it will be called coal liquefaction. Here's another picture of the advantages and disadvantages of sign fuels. Nuclear energy uses the split of isotopes through fission. Breeder reactors use uranium-238. Some advantages and disadvantages of nuclear energy. Nuclear fusion is what happens in the sun. Humans want to do this type of energy, but it's really hard for us to do it right now. But here's a fun fact, in Spider-Man 2, like the villain actually tried to make nuclear fusion, but he failed. So yeah. Energy conservation is a practice of reducing our use of fossil fuels and reduce the impact we have on the environment as we produce and use energy. Energy efficiency is the best way to conserve energy of how much we use and consume from each unit of energy we use. Ways to be efficient is to go green! Yeah. You can use energy efficient lighting, water saving features on home appliances, solar panels, etc. Hybrid electric cars are built with 2 motors, one electric and one gasoline. Also, it produces less CO2, which is pretty good. Here's a picture of what a hybrid electric car looks like. We're wasting so much energy because fossil fuels have a low cost, so we always pick the cheap stuff. Market prices don't include the harmful environment and health costs, but there are a few economic incentives for consumers and businesses to invest in improving energy efficiency. CAFE standards are corporate average fuel economic standards. The goal is to reduce energy consumptions and emissions, set miles per gallon standards for fleet of cars. Renewable energy are energy sources that can be renewed. 40% of our energy needs are currently met using renewable energy. Solar energy is the energy that comes from the sun. Indirect forms such as wind, falling and flowing water, and biomass, none of which would exist without direct solar energy. Passive solar energy collection is the use of building materials, building placements, and designs to passively collect solar energy that can be used and keep building warm and cool. Active solar energy collection is the use of solar panels, which is to heat up the water of the house. And here are some pictures of disadvantages and advantages of both. Wind energy is caused by windmill-looking turbines, and then when wind blows, it causes the machinery inside the base of the windmill to rotate, spinning the turbine to create energy. This is the fastest growing alternate energy source. A good example of this where it will be located would be in Altamont Pass, California. Here's a picture of how it looks like over there. Biomass energy is only renewable when used at a pace that allows it to be replaced by itself. Mainly used for heating and cooking, but also for industrial processes and electricity. Plant material and animal waste that can be burned directly as a solid fuel or converted into gaseous liquid or liquid biofuel. Finally, the last energy source that I'll be talking about in this presentation will be hydroelectric power, which is electricity that is generated as moving water turns a turbine. Have you ever seen the Colorado River? There's these big dams, and the water goes through it and it produces energy. Yeah. 1/4 of dams produce about 20% of the world's electricity. And last but not least, here's a picture of the advantages and disadvantages of using dams. As you saw, this was my whole presentation on energy resources and consumption. Hope you liked it. Please like, comment, subscribe, anything else. I'm sorry if I stuttered a lot, but yeah. Thank you. This was for my class AP Environmental Science, by the way. See you. Have a good day. Thank you for watching.